Hi, my name is Suzy Lake. I'm an artist, and welcome to my studio here in downtown Toronto. But originally, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I was born and raised on the east side. Growing up in Detroit was quite different to the Canadian experience because in the 1950s and 1960s, a lot of civil rights activism was taking place, the protest against the Vietnam War, women's rights, quite a bit of social change and social activism. Being a student at Wayne State University, of course, I fell right into all of that. And it pretty much has formed a core behind all of my artwork since then. My involvement in the anti-war movement was fairly simple. I didn't support the war in Vietnam. I definitely was a pacifist. I did march in Detroit and I did march in Washington. As far as the civil rights movement, much of my activity was working for community groups to, improve living in the inner city. Severe racism existed in Detroit, even though it was a northern city. The middle class was moving out and abandoning the city core. I think that it was really important to work with citizens groups and solidarity groups to actually maintain the city. Some of the people that I worked with in the 1960s are still working, and now with philanthropists that are moving in to help restore the city, it's probably the first time that Detroit is really moving forward. This, I feel, is at the core of my work, both in Detroit, in Montreal, and in Toronto. It's not literal, but the thing is the work is quite politicized. I chose to leave Detroit after the Detroit riots because the easiest time to leave and start new is when you don't have anything. So I was fairly much burnt out in the riots, and I was married to a draft dodger, and we went to Canada to start over, and we chose to go to Montreal.